Ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, welcome back to GLEC Week 2 League of Legends Esports for Valpo versus Albion. I'm your host, Dikembe. I'm here with my co-host.
Shadow Sparker, David. EU
And
import.
yep, the EU import. I'm very happy to have you on this stream. We're gonna get a little bit of insight. I know you're a support player, but I know you like to flex around a little bit, so it'll be fun to just see kind of, what we're looking at, especially with this new patch. We have 13-18 coming in. We're one patch away from Worlds. It's gonna be exciting, right? We have a couple of buffs, couple of nerfs. We know that
Yeah.
J4, although he didn't really get hit where we wanted him to get hit, he got hit still. We got a buff to Gwen. We got a buff to, like Cassidon, right? We have his ult going back up. There's a lot of changes. Out of patch 13.18, who do you really think came out as like a winner?
As a winner.
Yeah. Like, because
Yeah.
obviously we have the like J4 bans and everything, but I mean, 1318 really did just have a couple of changes that really caught my eye. The biggest one for me was Cassidon. Cassidon and Bard.
Oh. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Bard
yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
definitely. Having the passive was insane for Bard getting that buffed up, and as we move
Yeah.
into draft here, Valpo going with the ban one for Hecarim, right? Kind of expected that. Albion, Emerald jungler,
Yeah.
pretty strong. Really, really ties that team together. So, Valpo probably is just gonna three ban him like right now in this first wave.
Yeah. I would do that too.
Yep. No, definitely. Albion starting off with the first ban, Asol as well, making sure that Jakimbo. No, that usually, in all of our streams we see Jakimbo does get targeted, and Albion, banning the J4 as well, right? I think that's smart because if
Yeah.
you have Valpo on blue side, you probably want to, B1 Jarvan. You probably want, or
Yes.
not, excuse me, not B1. You probably want to pick Jarvan first. Um, so with these bans, they are splitting up a little bit here, banning the Shen and the Seraphine. Um,
I don't get the Shan
mm,
because I think they were like talking about banning Malphite to like be able to first pick Jaren
yeah,
and to like just get rid of comfort champion for top lane. And
yeah.
I don't have seen him playing Shan, but maybe I missed out on something.
Yeah, no. I agree with you. I really haven't seen him play Shen, but I feel like this might be one of those bands, especially for first wave, where we're just a lot more comfortable if
Mm.
we get it out the way, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Valpo, last year we have a history of playing against Shens and not really having too much fun, so
Oh,
makes sense. But right, you see the J4 ban, so Valpo gonna first pick Xayah. We know
yeah.
Dreadful's been insanely strong on Xayah, but
Oh,
Albion
yeah.
gonna return with the Jin Morgana. Uh,
Disgusting. I
yeah, what
hate
do you think about
Morgana.
this matchup? I mean,
Like so far, without like Valpo having a support, I think it is either gonna be boring or Jin Morgana favorite.
yeah, we got to see who Valpo like picks secondary here, right? But
Yeah.
Jim Morgana can be a really really annoying poke lane,
Yeah.
right? If what I'm like looking at is correct here. So if I'm Valpo, you have Xayah. Although Xayah did get nerfed this recent patch,
Yeah.
right? Not as strong as she was early, but gonna pick up the Soraka as the support here to just kind of counteract that poke.
I looked at Lolalytics at the stats
Yep.
of like ADCs, and she dropped to like only slightly above 50% win rate.
Jeez,
And now
yeah.
like the top three ADCs are like Ashe, Vayne, Ezreal, and then like something like Kyrus and some
Ah,
other weird stuff. But like, yeah, Xayah got hit pretty much.
yeah, because she got hit with the E cooldown early, and she
Yeah,
got hit with the base health growth,
yeah,
right? So although it was increased, she does have less health early, and I feel like it's gonna take a little bit, especially for us in the booth here, to get used to Xayah not being able to have that strong of a fight early. So Albion, knowing that Xayah isn't that strong early now, picking the Jin Morgana, you have a really early poke, right? You're allowed to harass a lot more. So hopefully Valpo, we have Sebeo as Soraka here. Hopefully we can pick up a little bit of slack there and heal out the Xayah when she needs to. But now Valpo going with the pick three of Sejuani, Albion finishing off with the Kane as well. Um, this matchup is a little bit weird. Albion, I think, kind of picking the Kane just to go for a carry, right? We know that their best
hmm
player is
Oh
their
yeah,
jungler, so
yeah,
you need to pick up someone that's going to at least secure a little bit of damage.
yeah,
But Sejuani is an insanely strong like pick,
yeah,
especially into a lot of carry champions
yeah.
because, quite frankly, let's be real, level 4 Sejuani will not die to anyone. right?
Yeah.
Unless you're like
Oh yeah.
getting 3v1'd in your jungle, Sejuani is really invincible. But now, going into a couple of the last bans, Valpo banning the Gangplank, getting a little bit of top pressure out. Albion banning the Malphite.
Oh
We know that Albion also likes to play that Malphite, so we weren't sure if they were going to, R4, A5 it,
yeah.
but obviously, uh, Valpo not even getting the chance. Albion just taking it away there, and you're gonna finish off with a Malzahar ban. Um, Now you're throwing one to that mid lane, right? The Malzahar, the Veigar, kind of what this mid laner played on Albion's side. Jakimbo, obviously, not that he doesn't have the champ pool for it, but he's probably looking for something a little bit more decent with this draft, right?
Yeah.
You have somebody that needs to play into a Kane, especially because Sejuani has such a strong 2v2. Looking for something that you can pick there, and Albion going with the Xerath, hovering it a little bit. Um, if he does hover this Xerath here, this might be an insane Kassadin angle. Veigar,
Oh,
okay, still still a
I
Kassadin
think
angle.
Weiger is so good because you can like just block Citrani wherever she wants to go and
Yep,
she can't pass it. But I think Zeref would have been great because then you have like your artillery Jin Zeref combo, although they probably won't be on the same lane, but it's still strong.
yep. No, I see
And
that.
then Valpo wants to pick Zeref, that would
hmm
be big brain.
I mean, we've seen Jakimo play Xerath before,
Yeah.
right? Gonna go probably that first strike and just barrage bot lane. Yep, there's the
Oh,
Xerath pick. Leaving an eye to blind pick.
I thought you would go for Cassiopeia because he can, uh, Kane, like deny Kane his entrance and like just
Yep.
get a lot of damage onto him.
There's a lot of the night. The Xerath definitely is kind of like he's picking a skill check lane,
Yeah.
in my opinion, right? You're not looking for, okay, I can play this for teammates, I can look for this. It's kind of just like I will bully you out of lane. Like
Oh, oh yeah,
I
oh
am
yeah,
going to fight you out of lane. And Valpo and I picking up the Garen blind. I actually like this pick. I although usually I'm not a big Garen fan, right? As a blind pick going into Albion's team, I
yeah,
feel like Garen is insanely strong because you have a lot of range poke outside of the Kayn and obviously who they pick here
yeah,
as a top laner.
yeah.
Garen's passive is insane into this.
Oh yeah,
So I feel like having kind of that sustain that you need, and just being able to back up out of fights, disengage, re-engage when you want, is going to help Valpo take fights in their own hands. Albion, obviously not wanting that to happen, going to pick the Darius, go for that level one, right? Go for that level one, level two. You got to play aggressive early. We know that Anaya plays with her limits a lot on her champs as well,
oh
so I'm
yeah,
excited to see how this fight goes top lane. Um, but otherwise, I think honestly both teams have a really solid draft.
yeah,
Um, while we definitely have a little bit more, cohesiveness on Valpo's side, I feel like with Albion's team, they have a very specific look for what they want to play this game. They want to play a lot of poke. They
yes,
want to allow, Kane to be able to dive in, kind of bait a little bit, especially using his ult.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have Darius, who is a really strong front line, especially if we run that, flash ghost that we see on a lot of Darius teams
yeah,
or a lot of Darius players. You have a lot of front line, you have a lot of movement. You're able to get in, and that's going to let Jin Morgana slowly just chip people away from the back until obviously Jin 3 at him just like half house you with one force shot.
yeah,
But no, I mean, if we could take a look again at Valpo's draft here, right? Um, I want to just kind of ask you for your opinion on that bot lane, right? Because now we know it's the Xayah Soraka, and though
yeah.
all we were in draft, so we couldn't talk about it much. But now that we get a good look at their team comps, who do you think really came out on top when it comes to this bot lane
Yeah.
draft?
I think it's Albion slightly because Soraka probably is going to make the bot lane boring, but like still like Morgana has still like some pick potential,
Yep.
and I don't know how the interaction is between like Soraka Silence Field and Morgana Black Shield.
Mm,
But I don't think that she's able to like pop it or like how they cancel each other out.
yep.
But still, I think till level 6, it's gonna be Albion favorite, and after that, they probably Valpo has too much, defensive tools with Xayah ultimate and Soraka ultimate to like just not die at all.
hmm
But I think till level 6, it's gonna be not a hard time, but not a good time either.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'd agree with you. Until that level 6, right? It's gonna be a really, really strong Albion favorite lane. right? Because you have a ton of early damage, obviously, right?
Yeah.
You have a ton of early poke, especially if we see that Arcane Comet on Morgana, right? A
Oh
lot
yeah.
of it being thrown down in lane. But then, like you said, you hit that level 6, Xayah becomes invulnerable, Soraka can cross-map heal,
Yeah.
especially because Valpo, we know that Vector likes to play kind of really, really slow early almost, right?
Mhm.
He doesn't really show up in lane a lot sometimes, obviously depending on pick. And so around that level 5 to level 6 area where he really, really starts to put the pressure on. And I feel like that's going to help Valpo at least swing a little bit of this game.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, I mean, going into this, if I can talk about the mid lane a little bit here, we
Sure.
have the Xerath into Veigar combo. And while obviously we know that Xerath doesn't exactly get close enough for Veigar to cage, right? What I'm worried about is that you take a look at Valpo's team fighting and their team comp, you
Yeah.
have a lot of shutdown. Like you talked about, Vigar is really good in denial, right? Especially into a Sejuani, into Garen, people that don't really have much movement option to them.
Yeah.
So if you get into these choke points, I feel like the Vigar pick is going to be insanely strong.
Oh yeah.
So it's up to Valpo, it's up to Jakimbo really to make sure that he's very, very vigilant on where he is, right? I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
half of Xerath playing is just positioning,
Yeah.
right? So why you see a lot of like, lower elo Xeraths, like me included, not really like playing him too much, right? Because although you can hit skill shots, you feel really squishy. But
Yeah.
then you get higher and higher up the tier and you see really how strong Xerath is because he almost is unkillable at the range he's doing damage to you
Yeah.
with. So it's really up to Jakimbo, it's up to Valpo to be very vigilant of how they play these choke points because although you have a really strong 2v2 with Sejuani, that can be turned really, really quick with a nice CC from Vigar.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, we are taking a little bit of a hiatus here. We finished up the draft. We we've had our advisor running in and out of the room recently. Not sure what's going on, but sitting here, uh, David, it's nice to have you in the booth. It's nice to have you in the
Oh,
booth.
why?
I mean, it's exciting. I like hearing from other people, right?
Oh
I like
yeah.
having a little bit extra input. And I know, right? I've seen your thresh, I've seen your support. You're nasty, so
Thank
it's
you.
fun to see. As we like load into this game here, we do have a little bit of client issues, so please bear with us here. But otherwise, you should be able to hop in and just load right into this match. Jeez, yeah. Can they not invite? And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we load into game one of GLEC week two of Valpo versus Albion. Valpo on blue side, Albion on red side here. And I mean, as we take a look at the runes we have, pretty normal on Valpo's side, right? You have the phase rush for Garen, um, going the lethal tempo as well for Dreadful, and the first strike of Jakimbo trying to just generate that gold, especially when you have that range advantage like you do into this lane. But a couple of picks on Albion's side are a little bit interesting here as we see
Yeah,
we have the Predator boots taken on Vigar. I haven't seen Predator in a minute, honestly. Especially with like, how strong Arcane Comet, First Strike, like other runes like that are.
yeah.
Having the Predator runes is interesting. I want to see how Prophet Gamer wants to play this game.
Also, he started like crystal,
Yeah, he
mana
did start
crystal.
Ruby Crystal and Refillable. Or no, excuse me, not Ruby Crystal, Sapphire Crystal and
Yeah,
Refillable. Um, wow. So already coming out the gate, just hey, I'm gonna throw something at you that you're just not expecting. I'm with it though, right? Like make it interesting. Let's go. And then also you mentioned as well, David, before the game, you have to cleanse on Jin, right? Um, and we were just kind of thinking like, I guess Dreadful Root, right?
yeah,
Maybe Jakimbo stun, um, but might just be a comfort rune, honestly. Like
yeah, yeah. I get it. Yeah,
just being more comfortable with, hey, I just want to have that cleanse, getting that first strike proc as well here in the
yeah.
mid lane.
I
Um,
think my preference is you shouldn't go cleanse for like team fight. You should go cleanse for laning. So like, I think Zerov shouldn't be like like a problem with cleanse.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's still good, okay, viable. Yeah,
that makes sense, right? Obviously, you're trying to stop, especially those early leads that you can gain.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit rough, especially you have the E just being on a lower cooldown now, so you get level
yeah.
2 first for Valpo. Walking up just a couple of chips here. You had a Morgana route as well, going Glaciate. Uh, just trying to slow, get those picks that you can, especially when you have a poke heavy comp like this. You
Yeah,
want to look for anything you get to get that advantage in team fights, right?
yeah,
Obviously, with other than like having a crazy Vigor cage or something like that, um, Albion's team is not someone you want to 5v5,
yeah.
right? You really don't want to 5v5 face up with a comp like Albion. Um, so any pick that they can gain, especially from the Morgana, from the Vigor cage,
Mm-hmm.
is so huge in any fights that they have here. And we're seeing as well in this mid lane, what we talked about earlier, where Jakimbo is just going to spam that range, right?
Mm-hmm.
Already a little bit low
Yeah.
on mana, hopefully using that Xerath passive a little bit. Um, but it's just really, really tough for this Vigor. Already popping both refillables.
Yeah, I think I like Glacial on Morgana. You said you would like to see Comet to like have more poke, but I think if you can hit or like proc your Glacial on Xerath while he's holding or something, you're gonna
Ooh,
deny a
we have
lot
an
of
early engage
damage.
here. We have a 3v3 bot lane. Not to interrupt you here, David, but we
No,
might
it's
have a
fine.
little bit of a change. Both junglers level 4, both full clearing here. And now seeing this lane. And here's the engage as well from Vector jumping in. Kane stuck over the wall, doesn't have E up yet. Vector walking up. Dark Harvest proc does hit. The stun, the flash out from the W,
Oh,
and first blood going to Xayah after the flash. The exhaust going out too. Trying to pick one on the Sejuani. Ninja will trade one, and Sebeo picks up the second kill as well, being a 2-for-1. Valpo's bot lane is favored here.
that was so hilarious. I saw the little banana from Zoreki, like flying really, really slow to the 1 HP
Yeah.
Jin,
It's like, no,
and
no,
I
no,
was
no, no,
like,
no, don't take it, don't take it. No, but I mean, hey, kills are kills, leads are
at
leads. We
this
still,
moment she needs to buy Dark Seals
yep.
and just like run it down with it.
No, trust me, if this was solo queue, I guarantee you that's what my support would do. But I mean, right now, any kills, any leads, we still got the first blood to Xayah as well. Any
Oh
goal
yeah.
that we can, and here's an engage as well on the top side. Garen just jumping in, trying to get as much as he can. And I getting pulled back, still winning that trade though as Garen walks out and having that passive regen. We're seeing now Anaya gonna take a lot of priority in this lane, also being almost 15 CS up. Obviously, with this wave
Oh yeah.
crashing, going to be a little bit less, but still having really good prio in that top side. But no, yeah. in that last like bot lane fight, right, we saw Vector kind of play around the engage, disengage, but the flash from the W and then the dash back in, plus the Xayah
Oh
flash
yeah,
as well, was really, really clean.
yeah.
And then also just waiting in, baiting that Jhin a little bit, because obviously he could just run, but baiting him with that kill, much rather have Vector, die there, give Xayah the kill, give even Soraka the kill, give some kind of lead to that bot side if it means Nolan dying. And that's exactly what happened. So I mean, overall, really clean play from Valpo on this bot side.
Oh yeah. I think especially like the aftershock proc on the journey was very important because she survived
Hmm.
way longer fighting Kane and like the Jhin.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, definitely. We might see a fight over here. This smite as well. Going to red side Albion. Vector might get collapsed on here. There's a root as well, and it looks like he was just way out of position. Walking back in, and that's a 4-man. The kill going to Morgana, so both supports now evened out. Uh, bot lane pretty stabilized here, other than the CS league going to Valpo's side. Um, I think honestly, it's just a little bit tough. Vector needs to just walk to that dragon and dash back out, right? Obviously not expecting the Kane there. Kane playing a little bit aggressively, waiting for that. Also sitting on 2 Dark Harvest procs now,
Oh
so
yeah.
he's probably gonna go. If I'm looking at Albion right now, I'm going red side. But here's the ult as well from uh from Jakimbo, almost killing that Kane, watching him out, and now it's gonna be a 3v4, or it's a 4v4 now with Jakimbo and Vector back. There's a shot. Blue team Valpo taking that dragon there. Excuse me, I just got caught up in my words there. There's a lot going on here. But walking down, you have to be careful. There might be a cage as well. The flash coming out from Vigar. Jin W missing there. Inside of the trap there, getting a lot of damage out, looking for maybe another W. It's going to even out that trade. You do have the level up, just a couple of vision clears. And that will be first drag and another kill going to Valpo. I mean, early here, you're sitting at least on a little bit of gold in your bot side, right? Xayah going with that first item. Kraken, you might see the Jhin go first item Stormrazor, right? Correct me if
Oh
I'm
yeah.
wrong here. That usually is the Jhin first item, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So going the Stormrazor, you're gonna have that really really strong shot. But we're seeing now it's just kind of bullying him out until you can have that ult back up, right? Already halfway down. Trying to keep him in lane as long as you can, because once you get that ult back up, just walk back and just gun him down, right? We're
Oh
seeing
yeah.
here as well Vector using this profit or using this protection that you have from that mid lane prio,
Yeah.
being able to walk up, take a couple of raptors, at least pressure this Kane and knowing where like he's pathing.
Also Morgana like buying anti-heal first item. I don't know what the orb is actually
Oh yeah.
called, but like I think against Zareki, I think it's understandable.
Hmm.
Although she has ignite and you could say you don't need it for like as first item,
Yeah.
but it's still okay.
Yeah, no, it still will get use, right? But I
Yeah.
see what you're saying. You have the summoner spell for it at least early, so while you're not really looking for, Soraka doesn't have as much sustain early as she would late when you would
Yeah.
really need Oblivion Orb.
Yeah.
But for now it's just fine. And Kane going up here, trying to catch this top wave, but Anaya will just get it into Crash. Darius probably won't be able to pick up a lot of it though, as gonna get that first back stabilize it out a little bit, but we do have a 20 CS lead in the top lane here. A couple of roots going out bot lane, but Anaya is playing really, really well on this island. Obviously,
Oh yeah.
um, Vector prioritizing this bot lane.
Already 20 CS
Yep,
lead. Into Darius is pretty good.
definitely.
I don't know how this matchup is, but I'm always afraid against Darius.
Yeah. No, I mean both of us don't play top lane here, right?
Yeah.
So we are a little bit out of the loop here, but otherwise I think it is really, really good right now and going really well for Anaya. No, I mean, pretty stable, right? We have a lot of damage going out in the spot lane. As Xayah will walk up here, gets rooted by Gen W. Not going to get much, but you do see Vector pathing down bot side. Kane on blue as well. Looks like everybody's hovering the spot. Xerath maybe looking for an ult going off of this Vector engage. We know that Jakimbo likes to follow up with that Xerath. and kind of hide either in that tri-bush or right behind that dragon pit.
Hmm.
So any gank that comes out, he's able to just ult that bot side from complete safety. Um, but nothing really will happen. But you have to be careful. Here comes Kane over the wall as well, trying to walk back. Jin W going up, not going to be able to hit. The silence going down, trying to get it. The exhaust as well on Kane. Kane dashing in. The root as well, trying to jump in. Gets inside, but he's going to be under tower here. The Soraka ult comes back. A huge root, and here comes Vector to try and turn it. Walks back in, and there's Xerath ult as well. Pops up. Jigimbo picks one. The ult from Vector hitting, getting a second. Sebio picking up another kill here, as they will turn this into a 2-for-0 Valpo side. Playing that really slowly, Kane going in a little bit too early there, right? Getting that ult, walking back, being able to time that Soraka ult, and then, picking up 2 kills for Valpo's side and a turret plate.
So Reka should have bought Dark Seals by now.
Yeah.
Second kill, another assist. She would have 3 stacks.
Mm-hmm. That's huge. That's huge. Honestly, carry Soraka at this point. Carry Soraka. But no, I mean, other than obviously like kill distribution, you can't really ask much out of Valpo in that fight, right? We saw exactly what we were talking about 2 seconds ago. You have Jakimbo go and hide behind Dragon
Yeah,
Pit and ult
yeah,
that fight. Being able to rotate down, it's really hard. I mean, this is the nice thing about taking this pick into someone like Vigar, is that although you lose a lot of like choke point fights and you lose a
yeah,
lot of like team fighting capability,
yeah.
when it comes to ganks and counter ganks, it's really hard for Vigar to match you, right?
Mhm.
Vigar is a lot more of a passive scaler. You want to look in
Oh
lane, you
yeah.
want to get as much, as many minions as you can, get your passive stacks up. But now when you have a laner like Jakimbo, it's really, really tough to actually, it's really tough to try and play that passive lane. But now we're seeing Jakimbo's going to pass up, but you have to be careful. Kane is sitting in that bush, probably looking for something here, as there is only one plate down. Getting the flash over the E as well, forcing Xerath flash out as well. Here he is trying to get that first strike proc off. The teleport coming back from Vigar, and it's probably going to force Jakimbo to just to wait for this lane to even back out again. Oh, and here's the flash as well coming from Anaya. The ult, but it's not going to get it. Just not enough damage. It's a good try, though, right? Gonna be able to force Darius out, give yourself even more of a CS lead, right? You're already looking
Oh
at
yeah.
around 30 CS here. And you have a ton of towers to take. Knowing that Kane, especially just backed, probably gonna path bot side, you're pretty free in this top side to just take as much as you want.
Speaking of CS lead, we have like bot lane 40 CS lead, mid lane 50,
Yep.
jungle like 10 CS behind, but it's jungle, who cares? And top lane also like 30 CS lead.
It definitely looks like Kane is on Jane is on Dragon here, trying to just take any shots he can. Kane trying to dodge it. It is 4 in the Dragon Pit now. I don't think Valpo will be able to rotate this over, but they will take Rift Herald as a just as a counter. Yeah, no, I mean Valpo just out of position there, obviously playing for that topside rift. Knowing that Anaya has a ton of pressure now in this lane, probably going to drop this Rift Herald topside, try to open up a little bit here, get Anaya at least a little bit of pressure off her back now. As Vector dashes in, gonna force the ghost out of Darius. Darius walking back. Bot lane getting a little bit chippy here as Rift Herald takes first tower in topside. Oh man, I mean Valpo overall like overall playing this really well, right?
Yeah,
Obviously not forcing much. I think that was the biggest scare we had, at least going into this team comp, is that
yeah.
when you're playing against someone that has such like a pick heavy comp, forcing fights is really, really weak. But there's a huge ult fadeaway from Vector here, hitting that Kane, gonna walk back, and Jakimbo plus the Garen Q from Anaya is just gonna melt that Kane, and that's one pick in the jungle. They have a ton of vision priority as well.
Oh,
It's going to be really hard for Kane to farm a lot of this top side here, as you know. Now, Vigar being forced to take a back, um, just going to be pretty tough for Valpo, or excuse me, pretty tough for Albion to face this Valpo siege that's going on right now. You know what
also
I mean?
Kane going Duskblade of Traktar and
Oh yeah.
probably going into blue Kane, which I get when you think about him being the best player on the team. But
Mhm.
like I think it is in his team com, I would probably go more into Darkin.
Yeah.
Although I think Darkin got nerfed, I think it's still slightly better because you just have more survivability and like a frontline E
Yep.
champion. Yeah.
know what I mean? As bot side tower dies here, I definitely agree with you. I think Red Kane is the better option here, right? Because you talked about being a front line, right? Looking at Albion's comp, you really don't have anyone outside of Darius, and Darius is very behind right now, right? Going
Hmm.
the Trinity Force as well. Um, it's gonna be tough for Darius to try and frontline this and just
Yeah.
a comp that has so much damage front to back like Valpo does. So going that Red King would give you a little bit more damage. Obviously, Red King can still build Dustblade,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We
True.
saw that a ton last patch, especially when his AD scalings were actually insane with his healing. But now that that's nerfed in 13-18, we might see it falter a little bit here at least. And it looks like mid tower looking for a stun here or something. Uh, the Vigar walking back up. Jakimbo just sidestepping a little bit. It's going to take mid tower here as bot lane rotates up as well. Kane looking for something, but not going to be able to pick it up. Probably walking bot side here. Or excuse me, walking top side here. Naya being pushed up. We're just taking it back. I mean, uh, now it's up to Valpo, right, to try and secure as much vision and as much priority they can around these objectives because they have the gold lead, right?
Yeah.
It's around an 8K gold lead right now, 16 minutes into the game. They have a lot of pressure. There's not much that Albion can do right now into their team comp, so you kind of just have to wonder, okay, how do you close this game out, right?
Yeah.
You take next objective. You probably are able to just play for Baron. There's the ult as well in this jungle, and there's Blue Cane as well. We talked about jumping into this first fight, trying to kite around Sebeo, gets ulted, dashes back out the flash away from Kane. Kane gets the shutdown on uh gets the shutdown, but it looks like Dreadful will just walk around in this bot side. Just working front to back there, gets the double kill. Vector looking to dash over wall, maybe get something. Blue Cane W is going to slow him back down, and that was a 5v3, I think, in that jungle there. Albion on getting the shutdown to Kane on Soraka there. Um, Overall pretty good trade, I think, right? But we're seeing just so much damage now. The cleanse coming out, gonna stop him away, but that's just gonna be a solo kill for Jakimbo in the bot lane. Uh, Even through the cleanse, Jin just really can't move from that.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. Naya is hunting for something here now. Kane really, really dangerously close. Obviously, there's the dash over the wall as well. Just gonna, just gonna walk right past. And there's the ult out is from Zaya as well. The flash coming from Kane, just trying to run away, gets back over the wall there. I don't think any of them noticed really there, but just kind of funny as you see Anaya now running down and there's the ult from Vigar as well. Really not much you can do. Jakimbo just trying to jump on the side. Gets the stun out as well, but not going to have any abilities up to finish that Morgana. As now Valpo takes a huge lead walking in. Dragon is coming up here around like 5 seconds. So we're going to see if Valpo can close this game out pretty soon.
Yeah. 10K gold league right
Yep.
now,
10K gold lead
which is
before 20
huge.
minutes. Yeah.
Before 20 minutes, it's basically one right now.
Yeah.
But I don't want to jinx it.
No, yeah.
Um. Yeah.
I think Valpo just needs to play this. Like, obviously, you have a huge back here. You have a lot of gold you're sitting on right now. Get this back. At least play a little bit for mid push. And if
Yeah.
Albion wants to play for Baron, you either win Baron or you win game, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Valpo can really lose this fight. The only way they do lose, I think, is if Kane gets a pick in jungle,
Yeah.
right?
But I
Um,
think he needs at least two people. I think
yep,
he needs at least Zareka and Zereth, or Xayah or Zereth and Xayah.
yep. He needs at least Xerath and then one of the bot
Yeah.
laners.
Yeah.
I feel like, and then
Yeah.
that is Valpo's at least lose con, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that's why we're emphasizing Valpo needs to play it extremely, uh, not extremely safe, excuse me, but they need to play extremely cohesively here.
Yeah.
Because if they're sticking with each other, it makes Blue Cane really, really hard to actually get any damage off. Um, Although, obviously throwing W's through the wall. I forgot. It's before 20 minutes. Baron isn't even up.
Yeah.
I think you just take Riff Herald and you try to end with Shelly dancing in mid. That's a huge W damage. The flash away from Zera trying to dodge that Kane W. And there's the ult
Oh.
as well. Getting that first pick. Gonna try and get as much damage as we can. That's just gonna force Albion back. And now Here comes Anaya. Just gonna walk down this lane, finish up as much as you can. Honestly, if you're Valpo, I think you just push this now. You have 3 mid. There's the Kane W coming out. Not gonna be able to hit Soraka here as they're sidestepping it. You have to give credit. Sabio's been doing really, really well this game, being able to sidestep those Kane Ws
Oh
because
yeah.
a lot of targeting has been on her, especially
Hmm.
with that healing, right? So the sidesteps, the flashaways, right, that kind of stuff, just dodging and trying to get this Kane, at least in a drought, has
Yeah.
been huge for Valpo's success.
Yeah, I was criticizing Kane going blue Kane, but I
Hmm.
think like as I said, you being the best player on the team, I think it's okay to go blue Kane.
Hmm.
And I think like what is okay, he's Emerald, but I think he can manage to like get around Garen and Vidrani and get his 2 picks.
Yeah.
And I think with going full lethality, you have like a power spike earlier than with Red Kane going whatever you want.
Yep.
So I think it's fine, and it's like kind of the win condition to for Kane to look like 4 picks.
Oh, definitely. I mean, yeah, Albion, like you said, has just kind of accepted that this is going to be our guy that wins this game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If we have a chance, like it's going to be Kane because we're seeing here we have level leads in almost every single lane, right? Outside of like the top lane, which we might see change up a little bit
Oh
here.
yeah.
Um, so Valpo really is in a bad spot, but here comes Xerath as well. Has the vision, gets the stun out. The Xerath Everfrost looks like it was just buffered a little bit. The Flash and Cage as well. We're seeing a 1v1. Both of them missing all
Oh
their
wow.
abilities. Here comes Kane W as well, and that's a huge one shot. Kane shutdown going to Xerath there.
Oh yeah.
Just playing around a little bit, but you see Rift Herald drop top lane as you see 2 bot lane, and they are going to start this as jungler is bot side, right? You start with this Baron, although you won't have it on Jakimbo. Anaya's doing really well to pressure this top lane. Gets stunned, gets the cage as well. Stuck just in the corner here a little bit, playing 3v1. Just a ton of damage, spinning around, trying to hop on this Morgana here. Morgana ult comes out, but it will be canceled as Garen does run away. Anaya doing really well to drag a lot of that off of Valpo as they take this Baron, as it will be 4 or 5 for Albion in the red side jungle. Kane runting, it looks like he's gonna try and hunt something here. There's the W, slowing, not gonna do much as you do have the hole breaker on Garen, but another W trying to throw out. Uh, Albion's just in a bad spot, although they did get the huge shutdown on Xerath there. Xerath coming out doing a ton of damage, looking to try and pick something. Not gonna be able to pick up the kill on Morgana though. But no, I mean that was the pick they needed. Just the pick they pulled was in the bot side, right? Valpo, I
Yeah.
think, was kind of baiting for that, right? I think that's why Jakimbo stayed and kept fighting that because knowing Kane follows, you had all of Valpo, the other 4 of them rotate to that top side to go take that Baron. So
Yeah.
for now, I mean, Valpo is pretty set. Although you're giving a shutdown away, you are still like 12k gold up, 23 minutes. So for now, I mean, yeah, there's just a one shot coming from Jakimbo. Not
Yeah,
much
it
you
was
can
a
do.
lot of
Kane's going to
damage.
get run down by Anaya here as well. Jakimbo trying to do something. I think they can take this dragon, but is it even really worth it? Like, you could probably just end the game right now.
Yeah,
Um,
with Baron buff active.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
probably.
Valpo needs to Valpo needs to really like prioritize one of these lanes here because you have your mid lane pushed out way too far if you want to actually try and end this game. And your top lane's like bouncing back as well. Kane's gonna probably look for a steal here. The Sejuani ult misses, but blue team will take this. Valpo, here comes Anaya in the bot lane. So fast! Spinning around, gets the pick on Ninja. Sabio picks up a 3rd kill. Where's that Dark Seal at? But the Vikard going down as well. And they're pinging mid lane wave. They just gotta go. They should end this game right now. Um, they are
Yes.
13k gold up. Just I mean, we look, our bot laners both have equal KP right now. So, uh, I think that Dark Seal that you were talking about would actually be pretty useful
Yeah.
here, at least this
Yeah.
game. But no, I mean, playing the rest of this fight, right? There's a shout out. That's just one like sweet Sweet spot W, looking for another Q. Vector dives in, gets that kill. Here comes Jakimbo just walking around. Although he's low on mana, he's definitely not low on HP as he's just going to keep chipping away at this other team. Here comes Kane jumping in, trying to just pull something off. Gets the R off. Here comes Viger Cage as well. The R from Xayah timing it up. Here comes the ult from Soraka as well, diving back in. Full health Valpo is just going to slowly chip away at this Albion team. A ton of damage, trying to get that kill. One more shot on this Kane, not going to be able to hit it. The dash in from Vector, not doing much, although that's a lot of damage. Xayah picks up a kill on Vigar as they're going to end this game. There's first tower Nexus down. Jin ult comes out trying to get a kill. Darius does trade something though, getting one on Vector, but Xayah will pull back and get a double kill there on the Kane and Darius. Gets one. Anaya picks up another. Anaya picks up a double. And that's going to be a 5-for-1 on Valpo's side, finishing this game off at 25 minutes, 19-5, around a 16k gold lead. And overall, just really, really strong game for Valpo. Right,
Yeah.
we saw them take dominance pretty early with that first dragon fight that we had, especially CS and lane as well.
Oh yeah.
Right, just being able to catch waves, bounce waves, and then finally being able to finish it out by playing that macro, knowing that jungle bot side, let's go, Baron here, let's prioritize this lane, that lane, being able to bait out in jungle. Overall, a really clean game, I feel like,
Yeah.
for Valpo. No. This is only game one, right? Obviously, we have a best of three series here for GLEC, and at the start of best of three, we'll have a little bit of change of casters here, but we will catch you guys after our break.
And here we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second game of Valpo versus Albion. This time Valpo on red side, and we are ready in pick and ban. We have seen Jarvan and Nico ban from Albion, and Hekrim and Shen ban from Valpo, which is okay because also like the game before, Valpo did ban Hekrim and Shen, and Albion did ban Jarvan as well, which I think is a little bit off because I think Jarvan is so OP right now. You can, if you can first pick him and you need to ban him, it's kind of difficult. Yeah. Oh, and also I have a new co-caster with me. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm Marceline. I'm also Sabiel. I was in the last game. We're the support line here, casting live.
Yeah, we're basically only going to the six observe supporter right now. This game.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Kaiser pick is I think good here because you know they ban Xayah, so Kaiser is probably next best ADC right now.
They're also taking Dreadful's Kaisa, which he like
Oh,
mains
yeah,
Kaisa Jaya, so that's actually kind of bad for Valpo because those are like his two best champs.
that's true. Do you know why we banned Seraphine?
Because their support player on the enemy team is actually a top laner, and
Ah,
he the only support he plays is Seraphine, so he's like a Seraphine one
okay,
trick support.
like you.
I'm not a Seraphine one trick support. What do you mean?
Okay, fair.
Why did you just? I'm so
I thought
attacked.
every time I think of you, I think you play Seraphine.
I don't even.
That's just
I don't even have Seraphine in my. I have like
maybe
Seraphine in
maybe
my
it
top
was the
10.
first game I played with you, or like I saw you play. Maybe it was just Seraphine, and I
Yeah,
was
I
like
did play
just
Seraphine against you.
like. Yeah, that's why.
Well, when I think of you, I think of Thresh. So,
Yeah. Okay,
but that
fair.
lines up. So
Yeah, that's true.
I just play a lot of supports. It's kind of a problem.
Okay. So Valpo picked Ash and Zac, which is obvious because Ash is, I think, the best ADC after probably Xayah and Kaiser and comp.
Well, yeah, maybe for Dreadful, but Ashen to Leon is kind of jail bot lane because you have
Oh
absolutely no
yeah.
mobility.
Yeah, that's actually Leona pick is actually pretty good here
Yeah.
into Ash. But it depends on the supporter. You can always I think Leona's too easy to counter.
Well, the thing is you can't stand in front of Leona like you can other hook champs, like a
Yeah, that's
Blitzcrank or a
true.
Thresh. So, like, you could get a body blocking support like a Nautilus or a Blitzcrank, and if Leona just hits the back line, she's on the back
Yeah.
line,
Yeah.
and she does like a way too much damage.
Yeah, that's true.
So she can really just take out your
But
ADC from
yeah,
under your
I'm
nose.
I'm I'm thinking of actually Thresh or like Poppy because you can always block
Keep her off,
Leona.
yeah, that would be good. But I don't
Um,
think Steamroller plays
yeah,
that.
me too. I like the Taric pick though because then you can at least melee Leona and you know you have a stun at your AD, like from your ADC,
Yeah.
which gives a little bit safety for him. Yeah,
Personally, I don't know the Taric Leona matchup, but
you don't like it for Taric or for Leona?
no, I don't know. Like I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
about it.
I think Taric is good into any melee support because he can just deny it really easy. Yeah,
Yeah. But the other thing is Leona can cast her
old.
yeah, she can cast her ult from far away, and then on
Yeah,
top of that, she can also use her. I don't know if it's her E that is her
yeah,
throw sword.
it
She
is.
can use her E and still get stunned, and it still goes through.
Yeah,
And then the other thing is this Nocturne pick does not look good for Ashe or Taric because Taric only has one CC.
yeah,
And so this Ashe, I'm kind of not looking forward to her gaming experience.
yeah, that's true. But I think you have Taric ult to counter Nocturne ult a little bit, and then you need
Yeah,
to, I don't know, kill him and not CC him.
but I do think Nocturne can kill Ashe faster than Taric can ult, unless this Taric packs exhaust. If I was this Taric, I would definitely take exhaust.
Yeah. Now we see Gangplank and Mozart ban from Valpo and Malphite and Talia ban from Albion, which is understandable because Talia is one of the most played champions, I think, from Jikimbo. Although
No,
he
it's Dikembre.
is what?
It's Dikembre, I think they put in,
Yeah,
and he plays a lot of Talia.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
And Malphite is also understandable because Anaya's played a lot.
Yeah, and Malphite's just really good engage.
Oh yeah,
So Like his R is just
Yeah,
so
it's
oppressive. Because really, the only way to dodge it if you have no mobility is with a flash or like Ari ults. Nocturne really wouldn't be able to dodge it unless he spell shielded it.
yeah.
Leona can't really do anything against it, and Kai'Sa would have to like ult it or flash. But Corki into Ari, um, I don't know much about mid lane matchups. I'm gonna be honest. I'm more of a bot lane gal.
Yeah, I think Corky was also blind, so like he picked before Ari, and I think it was just probably comfort, which I get, but like going into Leona and like I don't know if you can do a lot of damage with Corky.
hmm
Ari, I don't know how the matchup is played. It depends on how good Ari can close the gap with her ult.
I also feel like as long as Ari just like, oh hi. Hello there, everyone. Okay. Oh, you scared me with that. You're off in the corner. Come over here. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, now I just got really camera shy.
okay.
Okay, the Fiora into Scion pick is really good because
Oh
percent
yeah,
max health damage. And she's also really good at flanking.
yeah,
And so like, but I don't really feel like this team is super flankable because Kai'Sa can just ult out and Ahri can dash.
yeah. I think so too. But I think you can win through side lanes. I think like Albion's team looks really to like kind of full 5v5 engage you,
Yeah.
and then Fiora's just gonna end your game on a side lane.
Mhm.
Which comp do you like more, Albion or Valpo?
Well, they're gone now, so I've forgotten the exact comps. But I think that it kind of like it's like I want to do it lane by lane. I
Yes.
feel like bot lane is kind of in a bad spot from the beginning of their draft.
Yeah.
I think that top lane Fiora versus Sion, that matchup really favors Fiora, so that's good.
Yeah.
I think the Corki versus um Ari is really
Ari.
a skill
Yeah.
matchup.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like I know nothing of mid laner, so take what I say about that with a grain of salt. And then the jungle, I feel like the jungle is less of a lane versus lane, and it's more of how they can affect the other lanes.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really think of that as like a Zac versus Nocturne, but I definitely do think Zac is stronger than Nocturne, especially since I know that Chance is playing,
Oh yeah.
and Chance plays tank Zac. So
Yeah.
tank
Other
Zac
Zags.
is, yeah, not AP Zac.
Does he still exist?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing.
I hope that AP Zag, because I think it was a thing when you could like build Conqueror and Demonic Embrace and still
Yeah,
do a lot of damage and heal yourself a ton of shit. I didn't like it.
no. And I just don't like Zac in general. He's super oppressive.
Yeah, I
Uh,
like him because I always play Thresh and I can interrupt his sling. What is it? His
yeah.
jump. Yeah. Yeah, I think also I think like till level 6, like Albion's bot lane looks really brutal. Like I think if Leona hits one or two engages with Ignite and like Kaiser just out taking
Yeah.
sometimes or a little bit, I
Mhm.
think it's gonna be really tough. But I think after it, Taric is just such a boring champion. You can't like engage into him because he's
Yeah,
always
I feel like once Tarek hits 6, then they'll be in a better spot.
yeah, yeah.
But I definitely do think, especially with Kai'Sa's like, I think Kai'Sa does true damage on her 5th hit. Either that or it's like a huge, it's like
I
percent
think it's
max health.
huge in AP, I think.
It's like something, but it's
Yeah.
like nutty amounts of damage, and
Yeah.
that shreds tanks.
Oh yeah.
So like, even if you're like Tarek or like Thresh or Nautilus or like any engagey or like anti-engage like a Braum, you still take mad damage from a Kai'Sa like stacking on you. And the issue is Tarek is gonna be in Kai'Sa's range.
Going into this match and Albion being 2-0, no, not 2-0, 1-0-1 down in games, what do you think should they do to win like this game?
Like the win con of the
Yeah.
game? Ooh, that's a hard question. I usually just kind of figure it out as I go, but
Okay, because my guess is that the jungler is the best player, and I think he
Oh,
needs
yeah,
to
yeah, I forgot
carry,
about the ranked
and
things.
And like last game he played Kane, and thought like, okay, usually I would go red Kane if it was like
And you went blue
ranked,
cane. Yeah.
because like red Kane is probably
Some
always better than blue Kane.
yeah.
But like he needs to carry, so I understand that he go for blue Kane, and now he's Nocturne, which is just point and click lock on onto any carry, and I'm not for Albion, I'm obviously for Valpo, but like if they want to win, I think Nocturne is the way to go, and like he just needs to one shot at least one and then one more, and just like the last game. Yeah, he needs
Yeah.
to one shot one.
I think Albion is going to use Nocturne to camp bot and mid
Yeah,
probably,
exactly.
because you can't really 1v1 Fiora versus like even with your Scion, it's just a bad matchup.
Yeah,
I'd say Nocturne needs to avoid Zac almost like the whole
yeah,
game,
exactly.
and just like I think I definitely think okay, I'm so uninformed of everything I say, but I'm trying my best here.
Just say it.
But oh no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But I think that Albion is more of a pick comp with what they want to do with the
Yeah,
Ahri, Kai'Sa, Nocturne. So I think they're gonna be more dependent on like picking people off. And I feel like Valpo is probably gonna want to like either split push or team fight a bit
yeah,
more
yeah,
because the Fiora is probably gonna split push, and then Zac probably wants to team fight along with Ashe and Taric. So I really think it's kind of like that's just like whoever plays what they need to play better. But I don't really know if like one draft is like I also always feel that like draft kind of like it matters, but it doesn't matter as much as how well you play the champ.
yeah,
So like you can have a very awful all AD comp, but if your whole AD team is against like the world's best picked comp, then like there's still a chance to win because you're just like good at what you do, I suppose.
yeah. I think Valpo's like plan for this game, at least for the early game, is that Zac needs to either counter gank Nocturne or like look where he wants to ult and just like be there, then he can't do anything, hopefully. Or to just like if you were one kill, then she's going to snowball and it's probably a dead lane for when she's like probably just one kill or like some CS or even a little bit ahead, then it's just can do everything with
Mm.
Cyan. Um yeah. So I think Zac can just either gank top lane or just like look that his mid and bot lane just doesn't die.
Yeah,
And
like he
then
needs to counter gank and kind of watch them because
yeah,
if Kai'Sa gets ahead, there it won't be that good. But I also think they should invade. I really
Valpo,
think, yeah, I think Valpo should invade with the Ashe, Taric, Zac, because Nocturne is super weak level 1, Ahri doesn't have a dash,
that's true.
and Leona probably goes Q.
Yeah,
So if they invade, Leona doesn't have range,
yeah.
Kai'Sa doesn't have mobility, neither does Ahri. Ahri probably doesn't have charm, so I think an invade here would actually be really good, especially if they manage to pull it off. But I'm also biased towards invading, and I also think that our team never invades.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like true. Yeah, actually true.
so like I highly doubt they're gonna pull out the invade here, but if they did, that would be kind of nutty.
Okay, and here we're into this game starting. Rune-wise, nothing surprising. Well, at least Nocturne, I think most Nocturne players go, I think, Little Tempo and not Conqueror, but I think he's, I don't know, is the best
I think
player. I
he's
think it
thinking
doesn't
about
matter.
wait, he's going Conqueror, you said?
Yeah, Conqueror.
I think it's because of the Zac and the Fiora
Oh,
and the
because,
Taric,
okay, yeah,
because he's probably gonna stay in elongated fights more.
yeah, okay, I get it, yeah.
See, look, they're invading. It would be good if our Ashe came up here.
Yeah, Nocturne plays the ward there. I think it's exactly to just counter Zach's counter to counter Nocturne ganks. So
Yeah,
like just see how he's pathing and just to path the other way so that Nocturne can avoid Zach. Because I
yeah,
think if he can't avoid him, Nocturne is having a rough time against Zach because he can't kill him. Yeah.
yeah.
Both ADC sees plans, which is understandable because on the one side you have Leona with a lot of CC, And on the other side, you have Terry kinda, which is okay because Kaiser is almost melee range, and you
Hmm.
kinda need to, I know, run into Terry's then sometimes. I think.
I personally think that Kai'Sa's cleanse is going to get more value than Ash's cleanse because Leona can double stun
Yeah, yeah.
and Taric only has one stun.
But you also get like I think tenacity for like the next 3 seconds when you
Yeah,
cleanse.
yeah, which
So
will help for sure, but
yeah,
I just think that like the value of each of them
yeah,
will be a little disproportional. And I also think that Ash needed to bring it for Nocturne. Oh, that's
yeah.
a good stun.
Oh
They
wow,
got level 2
Leona
first.
almost dying, or like dying, but losing a ton of HP. Also topside
Yeah, topside's
happening
going
the
about how we
same, needing
thought.
to flash. I knew that Fiora would be oppressive in that lane, but that oppressive, I didn't. I didn't know
Percent
level
max
one.
HP damage against the Scion is brutal.
Yeah. Also Naya being Cyan OTP.
Oh, that's
First blooding
beautiful.
solo bolo. Holy shit. Minute what? 2? Already
Yes.
3? That's huge. Also like bot lane looking kinda strong. Already poking them out.
Yeah, yeah,
I always
that's good.
forget that Ashe has
Poke, yeah. No,
like
if you
poke, but also like ranged advantage.
yeah,
Like
if she stays out of range and can just get
yeah,
her W's off, that actually would be really good. I didn't
yeah,
even think of that.
exactly. And Kaiser being like almost melee, it's like so hard for
And they
her
have a
to.
level advantage too. That's huge.
Yora coming back with Sheen, super strong. Sheen against nothing. It's like Zac doesn't even need to gank that lane anymore.
Yeah, but I
Nocturne
would
needs to
put a
do
ward
stuff.
up if I were them. I don't think they've warded yet, and it's about
Zac
three
is coming
minutes.
again. That lane is, oh my god, it's gonna be.
I really don't think there's a reason for Zac to go top though, because like Fiora can
Yeah,
kill him by himself.
I think it's just to kill him once more. Him without having like TP because he used it.
Oh,
I
that's
think
true.
she
Oh, he
she just
TP'd.
can she just
Mm.
can like get for turret platings
Oh
and
yeah,
get
that's
even more
huge.
gold, get back, TP back, and then she has like what almost her mythic ready.
No, that's true. That's true. That's true. You're totally right.
I think also that Fiora wouldn't have needed it, but I think it's just
Oh, the
accelerating it
Taric
way more.
landing the stun on Kaisa is huge. But oh no, it's kind of going with the Kaisa melting the Taric like we thought. And Nocturne's here. It's kind of a disaster at the moment. Does she have cleanse is the question. Yes, she does.
Good
Oh, she
flash
can
though.
kite this. She can totally kite this.
I don't think she can
Oh, she
fight
doesn't
it.
want to.
Like Leona has flash
Oh, true.
and probably stun up soon. Yeah, it was okay to like engage, I think, but it was kind
Yeah,
of deep
see.
already at the start from
Yeah, and they
Taric.
still haven't really warded.
And like Zac showing topside and
Them
helping
still being all
Fiora.
that far up, yeah. That was
And like
risky.
also like I think the lane you don't want to engage with Taric, you want to wait for Leona to
Yeah,
engage and
exactly,
then like
exactly.
re-engage. But they had a good trade early game, so I understand why Taric got greedy
Yeah,
there. But
that confidence. Oh, and Nocturne's going for the lane gank.
oh, going for the camp, like the lane. Yeah.
And they don't even see it. Yeah, see, I told you
Uh,
Nocturne was probably going to camp this lane.
that's gonna be a tough bot lane.
Yeah. Nocturne flashes onto Ash. Ash has nothing. She's dead. Oh, and now Zac's in a
That's
really bad
nasty. That was
spot.
actually good. Like from Nocturne, him
Yeah,
being the
from
best player on
Nocturne,
the
that was really
team,
good.
like doing like two
A
ganks
lane
in a
gank
row.
there.
It was
Yeah.
exactly almost the same thing
And even though
Zac did on
Snacky
top
was
lane.
there, you just
Yeah,
stole him right from under their noses.
yeah.
But Snacky's going for the counter gank. And Drag's kind of up. Okay. Yeah. Well, we knew this was going to be a brutal one for bot lane.
Yeah,
And especially if Taric plays in the way that he engages instead of plays for peel, it's
yeah,
gonna. I don't really think they're gonna be able to get much done. But I believe in our team.
yeah, me too.
But then sometimes you get in, I don't know about you, but you get in that mode when you just want to engage and you're like, it's the blind support engage where you're like, oh, it's such a good spot and you just lose all sense of surrounding
Fun one
situational
then, yeah,
awareness. You're like, I got the perfect stun right here and it's too perfect.
yeah. Yeah, it's kinda sad though because I'm sure we had like a 1 or 2K gold lead on Fiora, and now it's just like even out like
It's
10K to
even, yeah.
10K,
Yeah, it's 10 to
and
10.
yeah, I think if you look at it, I think the gold lead Oh well, it's like split. Like Nocturne has like 500 gold lead and like the ADC only 100, like Albion's ADC.
Hmm.
And top lane is still a huge gold lead for Valpo, but
I think the win con for this game is this Fiora right now. This
yeah,
Fiora split pushing.
yeah. My problem is like if you have split push, you need to have disengage or like at least
Well, you have
a stable
disengage in
lane.
Turek.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah, but don't know if it's enough like against Nocturne, Ari, and Leona.
Hmm.
I think they can run you down so good.
I think you're right too. But that's what I said with picking a Tarek into a. But I didn't think he picked Tarek into it. I think he got it picked into him. But picking Tarek into a Leona Nocturne
Mhm.
is just kind of like, especially picking Ashe into Leona Nocturne is
Yeah,
just brutal.
yeah. I think he actually picked Taric into Leona.
Yeah, he picked Tarek into Leona, which was
Yeah,
kind of bold.
yeah.
But the Ashe blind pick is usually it's usually safe unless you get this.
Yeah. Okay. So far, looking stable. Like, besides the kill, we don't really have a CS advantage, only like mid and bot lane a little bit, but
Yeah, no, let's talk about mid. Mid is doing pretty good actually. They're just going
yeah,
even, chilling out. I think Corky plays to scale for package, so
yeah.
I think this is actually a really good angle for him because R's more of an assassin and wants to get ahead, I think. And so,
I don't know what I would classify Ari. For me, she's assassin mage,
yeah, she's like assassin burst mage
whatever.
for
Yeah,
sure.
something, everything. I don't know. Yeah,
But I feel like she needs kills and items
yeah,
to get
yeah.
really like, because she needs to be able to one shot someone with her combo, otherwise she's kind of a wet noodle.
I actually want to see how Nocturne want to play this
Yeah.
because I think you can either like ult mid lane first and like try to get Ari ahead, or you can just like go bot lane again with
Yeah.
Ari, her roaming down, and maybe get her fed that way, or like just get your ADC or yourself more fed through bot
Yeah,
lane.
if I was this Nocturne, I would leave top alone.
Yeah, same.
I would probably wait until Corky pushes up, but Corky's playing pretty safe actually.
Yeah,
But this bot lane is pushing up once again, and so I would be tracking down there, getting ready for a gank, because again, they don't really have it warded in Tribush.
Nocturne did Herald right now, basically free. Valpo were
Yeah.
Naya doing Anaya things with Cyan, needing to flash again,
And he
doing the
goes
ult
back
back
in?
again with
What?
Nocturne ult.
But Anaya flashes,
That
but she still
is
gets the kill.
I didn't expect that from Nocturne. Like Cyan, okay, but like Nocturne, he should have saved his ult for like anything
Oh
else
yeah, for
but
sure.
top
He should
lane.
not have tried to do anything there. That was kind of a miscommunication on their part, you can tell.
Yeah. Valpo starting Drake.
I think this is a good safe Drake, but because Nocturne doesn't have R at the
Yeah,
moment.
exactly. I think that's why they started because Nocturne
But
are.
yeah, I feel like this Nocturne doesn't want to be anywhere near the Zac.
Oh, Zac going in,
Unless he
huge
shreds
engage,
him.
ulting and
Oh no,
getting
the
the
Terricle, the
Terry
Terricle's
gold,
huge. Leona
focusing
flash for no
Leona.
reason.
Yeah, she's dead. And a not.
Oh,
Oh, the
Ari's here
stun.
though.
Ari coming as well.
Oh, and the
They're focusing Ash. Ash still alive. Kaiser ult. Corki is there. Nocturne died. Okay. That was a
see,
brutal
like
fight.
Valpo's team fight is definitely a bit stronger with that Terricle. But the bot lane still died, which is unfortunate because they kind of need to come back with a.
Yeah, but I think it was still worth because Nocturne died.
Yeah.
And I think he still had like some shutdown gold. And I think he actually died to Ash.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um
Oh,
oh,
does
Zac getting catched by Ari, but
no,
he
he's tanky boy.
get out because she used her charm too early probably. Yeah, no, I still think it was better for Valpo because like now their kill whatever participation is well
Mhm.
across the board, you know, Fiora being Fiora and like then Zac one kill, Corki one kill. Ash getting the probably shutdown on Nocturne and also like some kills, some assists. Tarek being one KDA now. I think it was good. Good
Yeah.
fight.
but this Nocturne is looking for Fiora, and I don't know why. I
Also
know she
don't
has
know.
300 gold, but
Like, even if he can land on her, he's still 2 level down. Or like 3 now.
yeah.
I don't think you can do anything.
No, exactly. That's why I don't know why he keeps hovering it.
Maybe he wants to counter gang Zac, but even if Zac is there, he doesn't
And then
do
that was kind of a not
anything.
really thought out rift.
Yeah, it probably would have.
Ran out. Yeah, it was very close.
Oh, Zac engaging mid lane, getting the Q and the E. That's easy. That was
And Rift gets
beautiful.
no value. That's huge.
Needed to use the ultimate, but just isn't.
And Fiora
Nice
is
block
low.
of the Cyan ult there.
Yeah.
I think it was intentional.
I don't think this Nocturne knows that bush is warded down there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he does.
Also, like they're pushed, so I don't think he wants to ult
I feel like he could set up for a tower dive here, though.
to survive.
Because
Yeah, probably.
Ashe has no cleanse or flash.
Like still, they have like
But they
Taric
do have
ultimate,
ults. Yeah, true, true,
like
true.
Nocturne ults, and you see the mark, you instantly just Taric ults, and he
If bot
doesn't
lane
do when
comes
he
up here,
lands.
this would be huge and kills this Nocturne if
Oh
Snacky
yeah.
sees it. No, he just gets away. Okay. That's kind of a bummer.
Rocky just bought Essence Reaver, which is
And he
power
bought his
spike.
tier early, which is
Yeah.
also good.
I don't know how you build Corki right now. I don't know if you go like this
It's
crit 80 build or still this AP, what was it? Ravenous Hydra build. Bot lane freezing this lane, which is, I think,
I think
brilliant.
how you build Corki right now is
Yeah.
try Essence Mana Moon.
And then after that AP or AD?
I
I
don't
think
know.
you
This
still
is what
need to go
Dikembe
white
built
stuff
before.
because of your passive, don't you?
I don't really know how Corki works, so I
Yeah.
do not know. Oh, but Corki going in. Oh, he's so
Oh,
lucky
Nocturne
he dodged
ult
charge. Oh,
onto mid
Nocturne's
lane,
going in.
but he's out.
Got flash
It's just
out.
Corki things.
Yeah.
1W, flash. No fear. You're doing
A
Fiora
nice
thing.
swing.
Does she ult? No.
No.
Flash. So I need it. Yeah, right now, pretty decent game.
Nocturne
only,
hovering top again. Oh, he's getting Scuttle Crab. That's
but he
chill.
doesn't have ult right now.
No.
Probably just going to catch the wave.
Oh, he's going
Cyan
in.
doesn't need to TP though. Right now, like 3k gold lead on Valpo side, which is quite okay, but like, for like 50 minutes it's not huge. You
No,
can
it's,
maybe
it's
work
a
on
very
it.
even game right now.
Yeah, exactly. I think both teams want to chill right now because Nocturne can always come up and gank bot lane again, and
I also feel like every time I see Nocturne, he's in his top jungle.
yeah, same. Actually, same.
Oh, it looks like Valpo's making a play for the drag. And... Oh,
They're setting up
Nocturne
vision.
noticed? No, Nocturne knows for sure now. But no, his team isn't there.
Corki doesn't have package. He used it to kind of get
First
Ari.
turret, that's huge.
Oh. Ryan must ult it away.
Oh, that was really close.
Kill.
But a Fire Drake and a Hex Drake is really good.
Oh yeah. And now Mountain Soul, which is really,
Yeah.
really good for
I
Ashe
guess
against Nocturne.
Nocturne, for sure.
It's like, I once watched LEC, of course, and some like caster pointed out that like
Oh, it's
actually,
finally...
oh, Nocturne ult onto Ashe, who flashed
Oh,
away
but he
with
got stunned.
Taric ult, got feared, but she's
Oh, the two
kiting
ults.
out. Does she survive?
No, she still
No,
dies.
No, she died by
This is what Nocturne
Kaiser.
should have been doing the whole time.
They're dead. Good engage and tower dive. I didn't know they could out damage Terry Gold.
Yeah.
I thought Taric would have like stopped them with Terror. Like, you know,
Well, they just were playing way too far up
they
again.
needed to use both Psalms, Flash and Clans,
They used
and
everything.
ult and didn't came out.
Yeah.
Huge. That was a good play. Now pretty much even again, but Valpo's getting mid turret, so it's probably wieder again worse.
Like if I was this bot lane,
Yeah,
I would totally just be freezing at tower, and
yeah,
like you just have to against a Nocturne. It's like playing against an Ever or Shaco. You just can't walk up unless you see exactly where he is.
yeah, exactly.
It's not fun at all. It's really boring, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, yeah, and what I wanted to say with Mountain Drake, the thing how like armor and MR stacks is like, I don't know, logarithm. Like the more armor you have, the less value it is. So like
Yeah,
for a tank to get like 9% or like 6% more armor
it's
isn't
not as
that big
good.
as for like an ADC who like gets, I don't know, only like maybe 5 armor, but those 5 armor points have
Is
so
more
much value.
valuable.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's why actually Mountain Drake and especially Soul is better on squishies than.
I didn't know that. I just thought it was good on everyone. I
Oh,
mean, it is, but specifically.
Fiona going Moby boots into that far
Mobies?
into the game. I don't understand it because I don't think like even on first like in the first couple of minutes, I don't think you want it because you don't want to leave in lane.
No.
You want to stomp it, especially when you have a Nocturne who want to run down bot lane. And like now buying Mobies, also understand it because you know I think the time for big roams is
Is
over,
over,
and
yeah.
you still want to stay around
I would have
Kaiser and
gone.
Nocturne.
I think this was either like a Tabby's game or a
Yeah,
Merc Treads game for sure.
maybe even like the Nocturne ult onto Corki, fearing him,
Yeah,
and Everfrost. Yeah, he's dead. Nothing to
I
do.
don't know why Nocturne is playing this kind of awful.
Yeah, he is.
Like if he had just camped mid and bot and stopped hovering top so much,
That could have been way worse for Valpo. Yeah,
yeah. Because right now the bot lane's only 2-1,
yeah, exactly.
but they could have been much further ahead.
Yeah, shoes for Leona. I think she could even have gone for the white ones, like the slow resistant ones. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, the Merc
Just
Treads.
against Ashe and like think Zacu
Yeah.
also slows
Mhm.
and Taric Glacial, and they are cheap. They're like I think only they're as cheap as like the cooldown boots, so they you can get them really fast.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And they have the highest base movement speed on
Oh,
the boots. I think everything has like 45, except Mobi's with its passive. But I think they have, like the white shoes have, I think 65 base movement speed.
mm.
Nocturne looking for top. I don't think he can do anything.
Why is
But
Nocturne top again? Dragazov. What is he
yeah.
doing?
But Viewer just flashed, and now Valpo's trying to prepare Drake, which is coming up.
I'm telling you, bro, leave the top laner. Let Anaya do her thing.
Yeah, exactly. Let us win.
Yes. I mean, they are at the moment.
Yoro right now 2.5 items, having Hullbreaker ready, and already Hydra. Tiamat, that's what it called.
Ooh.
Um, Here is probably going to be huge. Now teaming up with the team. It's probably free because Sion is top lane, has TP, but I don't think it does matter. Lag is going in with the Terry-Gold. Terry flashing in for Leona and
Circle to see if
Kaiser.
Nocturne dies.
Nocturne is dead. Not a stun from Taric. Sion is there, TP'd bot lane, but they just all die.
Yeah.
And Fiora's leashing the Drake. That was a huge fight, and probably a huge mistake from Albion. Because before they Valpo were only had 3000 gold, now they are like, what, 5000? Oh, and Ari is going to be
It's
catch
just a
with Ashe
team
ult.
kill.
That was an ace. Huge probably turn around because before it the game was pretty even.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But now it's already like, again, a really huge gold lead for Valpo. We are getting another turret with Demolish and Hullbreaker. Oh, 177 CS. Naya being.
I mean, now they want to play for Baron, for sure.
Yeah. Although I don't know why Naya's moving top lane.
She has TP, no? Yeah, she should go bot for sure.
Yeah, I thought they would like 1-3-1.
And she used Blast Cone, which was kind of silly.
Oh yeah.
But she's been popping off, so.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think right now it just doesn't matter. I think she can just do whatever she wants. Levels ahead from Sion.
We're all bot side, even though we kind of want to play for Baron. This is interesting. If either of these teams just rotated top, Saki's kind of in a little deep.
Zac is already going in, tanking a lot of damage and keeping them
Oh,
at
that's a
bay.
huge Leona ult.
And the Terrigold again.
Terracolt will be huge.
Oh, Nocturne ult
but-
onto Ashe. Is he dead? Huge flash from Jacob. Getting out there. Now, can they do something? Can they get at least one
No,
thing?
Ari
They get
missed
Ari
all her
again.
skill
Another
shots.
ace. Huge. Good
Valpo
team
just kinda
fight
wins
there.
This unless they really misplay.
There was just Zac, tankiness, and Terrigold, and no one can die. Zac now tanking just the turret. They don't even need minions. Zac is so tanky right now. Even he is fed. 2.5 items. Probably looking to end here, or maybe like just Inhib and Baron, because they probably go for Baron. Ooh, but Nocturne having another huge power spike. He builds Strikebacker, which I think is which I think is good on him. And now Hullbreaker, so I
Yeah.
think he is going to do a lot more right now. It looks.
I never like Hullbreaker as an item though. Sterix is just better.
Yeah,
Because Hullbreaker means you can't team fight anymore.
yeah, that's true.
So I always think it's a bit silly in a team game to go a non-team item, but that's just like my opinion. If she's just gonna be a split pushing goddess, then like more power to her.
Yeah.
Because it looks like that's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, Corky built a very quick blade. Again, I don't know how you build Corky right now. Huge riposte
Huge
from
stun,
Fiora,
yeah.
anticipating the charm. I couldn't have done it. Flash Q dead. Ari just got annihilated.
Oh, for sure.
Nocturne
And,
onto Ashe, but she has a Taric and cleansed too early.
cleansed it,
Dressed.
yeah.
Oh, huge. Okay. Now Taric is going to be next.
Yeah.
Misses the stun. Gets downed by Ashe. Huge.
See, that's what I was worried about was the Nocturne Kaisa.
Yeah. There was a huge gauge from Nocturne.
Yeah.
But also like kinda misplayed from Ashe. Misses the cleanse on the fear.
Yeah.
And Taric not having ultimate up, I think, because it actually has a long cooldown. Now Fiora is
Leona
going to be the
misses.
next target, popping the ult. Sion needs to flash. Now
Leona's
Leona's the
tanking
target,
Fiora's.
but it's just Fiora things.
Yeah. Pretty much. This game is hers.
Yeah, I think it was a good play from Nocturne, landing well, not landing, but like seeing the opening for the ultimate. Misplay from Ashe, not hitting the cleanse,
Yeah.
and then Nocturne actually spell shooting Taric stun was so huge.
That was. No, that was really good. And they're gonna just give Soul. They have not contested a single dragon the
Oh,
entire game.
that's true. Soul is up, or like Drake Soul is up.
Nocturne isn't gonna be able to do his thing at this rate. If
Yeah,
they get
it
Mountain
is.
Soul,
He also has ult up
and they're just
again.
gonna get this. Yeah, they're not contesting at all.
Seal. That
That's
is
Soul.
Soul and Mountain Soul, which is really, really good for any squishies against Nocturne. Now looking for Baron, just doing it
It's
because
just
they
this
have,
is just a Baron to end angle.
yeah, and they can do it because like they have mid
The
open
super
inhib
minions are
and
pushed. They
like
took mid
yeah,
inhibitor. Yeah.
Sion ulting
Sion's
in,
inting.
Corking using package to zone, getting the Ari huge, and blocking off Kaiser and Nocturne.
Huge
Now
Terracle.
Ash is cleaning up from front to back.
Oh,
Nocturne
no.
ult trying to do something, but he can't do. He also is just
No.
dead. Kaiser ulted in to follow up, tried to do something there, gets at least the Ash, but now she is also dead. They are probably going to finish just right now without
You probably
minions.
can. If Anaya came.
And Naya
Oh,
TPs
nice,
exactly.
nice. That's huge. Especially since she has
That is
Hullbreaker.
probably game. Yeah,
Because no one's near her, yeah.
that's true. Probably can even finish it alone. That was,
That
I
was a
think,
good game.
just top diff game. Like for real.
Yeah, no,
Like
literally top diff,
like
jungle diff.
solo bolo level almost 1 in like what was it, minute 3?
Top diff,
was
jungle diff, and mid was just very consistent in
so
mid the whole
huge.
time.
Yeah.
And then bot lane just drafted. And then
Yeah, bot
they
lane
tried
just
their
got
best, but
bot
it
lane
was
got
good.
just
They did a good job.
Nocturne.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. Valpo winning another game, being 2-0 to this.
Are we undefeated?
I think,
I
yes.
think we're undefeated. We are undefeated.
Like what is our whole count now? Like 6-0? 0 losses. It's insane. Popping off this what
Whole
is it?
season.
Season. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of shaky this game with like Nocturne camping bot lane kind of thingy, but
Yeah.
like and Naya being
So good.
it was so huge. Having the most damage in the game, it was pretty much top lane diff.
It was huge top diff, and their Nocturne really just kind of threw the game.
Yeah,
by,
kinda.
By just not camping mid or bot.
Yeah,
And just kind of always. You saw that too. You felt like he was always top jungle.
yeah,
He was always top jungle.
it was.
And he was just chilling there, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I think if Nocturne had played that a bit better, it would have been closer.
Yeah.
Because I feel like their bot lane did pretty decent.
Oh yeah. I
yeah.
think bot lane pretty much stepped up from last game.
Yeah.
I think they did way better.
No, they definitely improved game 2. But our bot lane, I wouldn't even say it was because like they were like I just feel like Ashe into Leona's jail because I play Ashe, and Ashe into Leo is just
Yeah.
it's a dodge angle.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be it for League today. I don't think we have any other games today.
Nope.
So we will see you
At the
next
game
Saturday.
for our GLEC or
Back? Yes.
It's GLEC. Yeah.
See you there.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.